In this video, we're going to learn how to use the Bootstrap Scrollspy plugin to target sections of the web page based on the scroll position. So in this example, you can see that the navbar will auto-update based on the scroll position, telling which section of the page we are in. Okay, so we've got links that refer to sections of the web page, and we can see that when we change the scroll position, these links are highlighted if the corresponding if we are in the corresponding section of the page. So let's create an example just like this one. So first, let's use the same navbar we have created in our navbar section. So we're gonna copy the code from this navbar HTML file and place it here. Let's change the title to Scrollspy plugin. Okay, and also let's get rid of the content in the container. So we're gonna create three sections. One section for all products, another one for help, and another one for department. Okay, and then we're going to link each section to one of these links. So we're going to have nh4, okay, for all products. We're going to give it an ID, all products. Okay, and then let's have a few paragraphs after that with some text. Okay, and let's create another one. Okay, let's give it an ID, help. Let's place some text there, help. And let's go for another one, ID, department. And let's place some text there, department. Okay, so now we're gonna add a couple of data attributes to the elements we are spying on. So the elements we're spying on is the container, this container. But before we do that, let's just add some styling there. Okay, so let's change the height of the container and limit it to okay, let's set that to 300 pixels, for example, and also let's set the overflow to auto. Okay, all right. So now we're gonna add a couple of data attributes. So the first one is going to be a data spy that we set to scroll. Okay, and the other one is going to be a data target, and we're going to set that to the ID of our navbar. So all the links that we've got, they are inside the navbar, so we're just going to give the ID of the navbar. So first, let's check if we have an ID for the navbar. We don't have an ID. Let's add an ID, my navbar. Okay, and we're going to use that ID for our data target. So we are targeting the elements of ID, my navbar. Okay. And finally, let's go to these links and link them to our sections. So the first one is all products, and we're going to link that to the section all products using the ID of the header. And similarly, let's do the same thing with help and department. Okay, let's refresh the page. And make sure it is working. Yes, it is working. So we can see that the navbar auto updates based on the scroll position. Okay. Okay, now let's write a simple JavaScript code so that we can change the class of our login button whenever the navbar auto updates. So let's write our script just before the end of the body element. Okay, so we're gonna access our navbar using its ID. Okay, and we're gonna use the on method. Okay, so if you remember, the on method will need a couple of parameters. So the first one is going to be the event, and then the second one is the function to execute for that event. So the event here is going to be activate .bs.scroll spy. Okay, and okay, let's write our function. So we don't have any parameters there. Okay, so we're going to be doing, so we're going to access the login button. So we can access the login using its class, because it's the only button of class button success. Okay, so let's access it using button success. And let's change the class of the button to btn warning using the toggle class method. Okay, so let's try that. Btn warning. Let's save and refresh the page. So now if we scroll, okay, let's check what's not working here. Okay, function. Okay, so it should be working. Here we go. So so we can see that's the class of the button changes to btn warning, and then back to btn success whenever the navbar auto updates.